Hello everyone. This is the video that I've been waiting to film for so long. If you've clicked on it, you will already know, but we're moving house. Finally, I feel like I want to scream that we're moving house. By the way, if you don't know me, my name's Taylor, but yeah, we're moving house, and this has been the bane of my life for 3.5 months, I think it is. It was such a crazy, stressful time. There were a good few moments where I didn't think it was even going to happen for us. I thought something's, you know, it's not, so many things were happening. There were so many bumps in the road that I just thought maybe it's not going to happen. Obviously, I was trying to think positively, and I really was. And it was all okay in the end. So I can now say, but yeah, I don't know why I hinted, because if anything went, you know, didn't go as we planned, I'd look like a right donor. We exchanged contracts, I'm filming this on a Monday. We exchanged contracts last week and we move in on Friday. So we have been doing, I mean, since, basically, we tried to move last year, 2021, in the summer. We had loads of, I'm talking loads of house viewings, like a crazy amount of house viewings, and we did have a few offers as well, but those offers turned out to be kind of like people were time wasting, messing us around a bit. They didn't end up being serious, or they was offering an offer and then putting their offer down and like trying it that way. And we just seemed to get a lot of people like that, and I don't know why. And it happened continuously, and then I think around September time we was like it's coming close to Christmas. We never wanted to move in the winter. I don't know why we just didn't. I wanted to be like settled for the autumn winter months, so we decided to take it off the market. The estate agents that we was with, we were, I don't know if it's like this with all estate agents, but we were allowed to take it off the market for 3 months without incurring any fees. So we took it off for 3 months. We put it back on in December, but we did say we didn't really like the way the estate agents were handling things, so we just thought we would take it off the market with them and go with somebody else. So that's what we did, and I think we listed with another estate agent in February of this year. So it's been like a long, I mean, this is like over a year later since we first listed our house. So although it's been like a few months, like I said, this process has been 3.5 months, it just feels longer because of what we went through last year. So anyway, our house then sold within 1 week in February, and that like stayed our buyer. So that is the person that's buyed our house, so it wasn't a time waster. Yeah, so sold in February, and then we started hunting for what we wanted. To be honest, like our list was as long as my arm. Like I think we were quite not fussy. Yeah, I guess fussy, but we basically, we knew what we wanted. We knew that this house that we were looking for is likely to be our family house, so we wanted something. It didn't have to tick all the boxes. We know how unrealistic that is, but it needed to be close. It needed to tick a lot, basically. So yeah, side hunting for what we wanted. We looked at a dozen houses, literally a dozen. So we started in the February straight away. We both liked houses, but we didn't both like the same house. So it was weird. There was one house we viewed, I think around a month after we sold ours, maybe around April, the May time, and Daniel really liked it. I didn't get a feeling, like a vibe from it. When I walked in, I was just like, I just can't imagine it's living here. It's not for me. Daniel's really keen, wanted to put an offer in. We parked it because we thought it was on the market for much more than it was worth anyway, and for what other houses in the area were selling for. So we just parked that one and forgot about it for a little bit. It was like on the back burner. We can consider it another time. Then I think it was a few days, maybe a week before we found our house, we looked at another one. I was more keen on this one than Daniel was, so again there was that, he didn't get that feeling, whereas looking back, I didn't really get the feeling like this is the house, but I walked in and I knew it had potential, and I knew that that was the closest we had come yet. And we'd been searching for 2 months by this point, so we were aware that our buyer was waiting, and we didn't want to mess them around or keep them waiting for too long, because when you're in a chain, you have to consider other people as well. And I think a part of my brain, I think I was just thinking, not desperate, but because I knew there was waiting, I think I was trying to see the good in the properties then, and sort of talk myself round to how it could work for us. But that's not how you should, you know, it's not how you should do things, and I know that now. And then it's really weird, our house that we ended up going for came on the market a few days after we were both stressing. We were both sending each other on Rightmove properties that we had previously dismissed, because we were like, maybe it can work for us, even though the back of our brains was probably thinking it can't work for us. But we was trying to make it, you know, should we book a viewing? And but our hearts were not in them, those properties. Then our property came to market literally while those conversations were going on, and we were just thinking, you know, there's nothing on the market for us, are we even going to find anything? So yeah, that came on the market. I literally was, I'm not exaggerating here, I was refreshing Rightmove probably every half an hour or something, like I was on it. I refreshed it that day, and I see that was on there, and I literally must have just, because I had already been refreshing it that morning, and then it come up and I was like, oh, it looks through it, and I was like, it's got potential. So if we see properties, we just like send them to each other. So I sent it to Dan, and he liked it straight away, rang them up, booked a viewing for 2 days after that. Because I work from home, I wasn't down that way. I didn't go to the first viewings. We was doing it like Daniel was doing the viewings in the week whilst he was like at work and stuff, because he was in that area. And then if Daniel liked it enough and thought that I should view it, we was then booking another viewing, like a second viewing for us both to go that weekend. I hope that makes sense. So he liked it on the Thursday, done a video of it, wanted to ring me straight away, but I couldn't answer the phone because I was in a meeting. Then when I did speak to him, he was just really excited about it. Booked a viewing for us for the Saturday. This is like Easter weekend now. And I viewed it, loved it. We actually went to the area on the Good Friday. We went to the area just to like see and walk around and stuff. And then we had the viewing on the Saturday. Loved it. Put an offer in that day. And actually, when we turned up to our viewing, we turned up like on time, and there was a couple who were there before us, and they were still in the house viewing, like their viewing went over, and we was in the car waiting like for them to leave, and they was speaking on the drive to the estate agent, asking so many questions. So they seemed super keen. And then we viewed it again, loved it, and then I asked about the previous couple, like if they seemed interested, and the estate agent said they did seem really interested. They're going to take the Easter weekend to think about it, and they'll be in contact like after. So I don't know, I just felt the pressure was on. The pressure was on at that point. And I kind of like, I think that made us want it even more. We left, discussed it, we put an offer in that same day. This is the Saturday of the Easter weekend. Our first offer was rejected, and they came back to us with like a counter offer of like the minimum they would accept. We discussed that, talked that through, and decided that we would go to that amount. And then yeah, they called, and we had a bit of a wait. They was like, okay, we'll take that back to them. But obviously it's a Sunday tomorrow, and then it's Easter Monday, so they probably won't hear back till Tuesday, which was so agonising. I hated every second of that. Like just like had like a horrible feeling in my belly for all of those 2 days, like just like a nervous, sticky feeling. Couldn't relax. Anyway, got back to us on Tuesday. Good news, offer accepted. And then we went through all the conveyance and stuff, and I don't really want to go into too much detail with the conveyance and stuff, but basically they give us an estimate because the chain was short. So a person that was buying our house had like sold their property and was moving into rented with family, so cut that chain off there, and then we were buying a house with no chain. So quite straightforward. But it didn't work out, so that we ended up completing in mid-June. Obviously I'm saying it's the end of July now. That's you know, about, I don't know, 5 weeks after we were supposed to. But like I said, I don't want to go into too much detail or like slate anyone, but there's just a lot of bumps in the road, unnecessary delays, like things that didn't need to happen happened, and like little mistakes that people made here and there, communication issues, just things like that. But just things that slowed or delayed the process unnecessarily, I would say. You know, it didn't need to happen. But I said to Dan, you know, if we get to that point, I'm not even going to dwell on what happened during that process, because I'm just going to be so happy that it even happened that I'm just not even going to think about that anymore. And that is how I feel. Like everything's like we've exchanged, we're completing in a few days, and I just feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. And although we didn't have the best time throughout the process, I think that a lot of people have a stressful time throughout the process. I think that's just what it is anyway. Like when we bought this house, we were just buyers, so it just felt like everything was taken care of for us. It felt like we didn't really have to do much, and it felt straightforward and easy. And I thought that this process was going to be not too different from that, but I was quite wrong. It's a different ball game altogether, buying and selling. Yeah, I don't want to, if I can help it, I don't really want to do that again, because it wasn't a nice time, and my stomach was in knots the entire time, and I just hate that feeling. But we got there, we're moving end of July. The house is, you won't really be able to see too much behind me actually, but the house is like pretty much, I would say, I don't know, 3/4 packed. Like we have been doing packing slowly for like since April, like since we had the offer accepted. And it might be a bit silly of us, like, and I did feel a bit at first, I was like, should I even be doing this? But I'm kind of did now, because I couldn't imagine doing it all in 1 week. So all our decorative bits, like I don't know, like bits off the wall, bits we had on windowsills that we didn't need to live our day-to-day lives, they were just there for decoration. They went ages ago, so I've boxed them up in April, and they're in like storage with a family member. That happened ages ago, and then we started getting rid of things that we just don't need to live here day to day. So we have been living in like a shell of a house for a couple months, because we've only been living with things that we need. So yeah, we've been doing things gradually. It's really good. We've done all like our post redirection. We've spoken to our utility companies, Sky, internet, that sort of thing. Told our local councils we're moving, told the new council we're moving into their area. And I ordered our sofa, because that's got had like a 12-week lead time. So we've done a lot. We've been like, since we had that phone call, we've just been moving at 100 miles an hour. But yeah, the house we're moving to needs a lot of work. It's a renovation project, but that is what we wanted. And yeah, I just can't wait to show you more. I have been doing like filming the packing process, but I started that in April, when I was like, when it first happened, I was really excited about it all, like, yes, our offer's been accepted, blah blah blah. I'm gonna start doing packing videos. And then sort of like, I don't know, end of May, early June time, the anxiety like started kicking in a bit, because I didn't think that it was going to happen for us, because like I said, there's been so many bumps in the road. So I kind of slowed down with the packing videos, and I stopped filming altogether, if I'm honest. So, and then I picked it back up again literally as soon as we exchanged, because we've been like full, you know, going at it since then. So yeah, so there's like a large gap between, but hopefully when I put it together there's enough for a video, because that's what I originally wanted to happen. But yeah, so if you stick around, there will be renovation videos, and I can't wait to show you. Like this video if you did, subscribe if you want to, it means a lot to me. And I will see you soon for the more exciting videos, but just wanted to do this quick announcement, so that, you know, I just don't jump right in and you're like, when did this happen? So yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.